hi, hello. So today I have a flawless foundation routine. It's not something that I do every day. I do enjoy doing it though. Who doesn't love a flawless face? It will cover your acne scars, your discoloration in your face. It doesn't matter. I also show my contouring and highlighting along with my blush as well. I will show that at the end of the video after I finish my foundation. If you guys want to see how I got this face, please keep watching. Okay, so I usually do my foundation with a flat top brush like this. This is the Sigma flat kabuki. It's the F80. I've talked about this before. It's really good. And I also use a beauty blender. If you don't know what this is, it's just it's a reusable sponge, and I wet mine already, so it's big. But normally when it's dry, it's really small. It's probably about like half the size, maybe, I guess you could say. You wet it under the water, you squeeze it, squeeze all the water out, and then I usually just wrap it in my towel like real quick just to get most of the water out, and mine's still like damp. Today I'm gonna do, since I do both of these, I'm gonna do half my face with the brush and I'm gonna do the other half of my face with the beauty blender. Oh, the first thing I usually do is I use a primer. So this is the Stay Matte Primer by Rimmel London. I just squeeze a little bit of this onto my fingers like this, just a little bit. I rub it between my fingers and then I just place it mostly on my T-zone because that's where I get the most oily. But if you need to, you can place it all over your face. The next thing I use, because I want a flawless finish, I don't want to see like big pores to be showing through, you know, I want it to look flawless. I use a pore filling primer. I have two here. This one is by Benefit. It is called the POREfessional, and it's just a primer that helps to minimize the look of pores on your face. And then this one is by Dr. Brandt. It's called Pores No More, and it's pretty much the same thing. They come out the same color. They pretty much do the same job. You just literally squeeze a little bit, a little smaller than a pea, onto your finger. I focus the primer where my pores are the biggest. So I have bigger pores here on the sides of my nose, and a little bit here, right in between my eyebrows. So what I normally do is I just rub it in between two fingers normally, and I press it into the skin. And that helps to fill the pores more. You don't want to rub like this because that really won't fill the pores all that well. The foundation I usually use is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. That is a mouthful. In the color 832 Nude Beige. Have combination skin, so this is really good at keeping it on my face and making sure that I don't get oily throughout the day. I'm just gonna put it all over my face right now. So I just usually dot the foundation all over my face. And if you need more coverage in a certain spot, just put a little bit more foundation there. You also want to make sure that you take a little foundation and you dab it on your jawline and underneath your chin, because you want to make sure that it blends. So we're going to start with the flat kabuki brush. I'll do this on this half of my face. You want to take it and you want to kind of like dab. Press the foundation into your skin, and you can rub, like right here I'm going to rub down my chin, down my jawline. And you want to make sure that you blend it back into your hairline like this. So make sure you blend that back into your hairline. Just like this. And as you can see, that did a great job of like evening out my skin tone. That's about it. Okay. No. Look at that hole. Trying to make an appearance on my YouTube. Ain't gonna happen. So I just take my beauty blender, and I like using the pointy side to blend it in, and you dab like this. So like stippling motions like this. And this beauty blender, so the reason you wet it is so that the sponge does not soak up all of your product. This helps to give an extremely flawless coverage, and it helps kind of to look airbrushed a little bit. So I literally just stipple that everywhere and blend it back into my hairline and down my jaw right here, and make sure that it blends to the color of my neck. So as you can see, that foundation did not cover all of my spots. So what I do is I take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and I go over those spots. So I've put it all over the spots that were still showing through after my foundation, and then I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm going to lightly tap the concealer out and blend it out around the spots. Just want to lightly pat it out. Pat it out. Push it real good. Does anybody else love that commercial? Obsessed. And yes, I watch commercials. Okay, next is for my under eyes. As you can see, I have some dark circles. I've been using Maybelline, and it's the new Master Conceal camouflaging concealer. So I literally just squeeze a little bit back onto the back of my hand, and I take my ring finger and I will dab that on the inside, and I bring it down. And when you do your concealer underneath your eyes, you want to make sure that it's in a triangle shape and not just like a little half moon shape underneath, because the triangle shape really helps to conceal and to highlight at the same time. What I'm doing is I'm patting it out like this with my finger. You just want to lightly pat. Okay, can you see the difference? So as soon as your concealer is done, if you have problems with creasing, you want to take your Beauty Blender. You want to take any loose powder that you have. Mine is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder. It's just like a translucent powder. And I literally am just going to take the same Beauty Blender that I used on my face, and I'm going to lightly dip it into the powder like this. So what you want to do is, as soon as you're done with your concealer, you want to take the Beauty Blender and you want to press it underneath your eyes like this with the powder. And yes, your sponge is still wet as you're doing this. This literally will make your concealer stay in place all day long. Ew. Your concealer will not crease when you do this. I'm telling you girls, I had the biggest problem with creases underneath my eye, and this made all the difference. Go buy this thing. Go buy this little thing. It's a little heaven and a little egg. When I'm doing like a full face like this, I want my makeup to stay on all day, obviously. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. So I'm just gonna do about 3 squirts, and you wanna make sure that you're about 10 to 12 inches away from your face. Okay, now that that's dry, I'm going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte. This is in Nude Beige. And then I take my e.l.f. complexion brush, I just lightly rub like this, tap away the excess, and then I pat it into my skin like this. Remember, patting motions, ladies, it will, oops, sorry. It will help to keep the foundation in place as you're setting it. Okay, so now that you have your foundation, your concealer, your powder done, and I'm actually going to show you guys how I contour, how I apply my blush, and how I highlight as well. What I've been loving lately is my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. As you can see right here, it comes with 3 highlighting shades and 3 contouring shades. So I'm going to take a little bit of Havana right here, and this is, I'm going to take my Real Techniques blush brush. I'm going to just dab a little bit into that Havana, and I'm going to tap off the excess. So what you want to do when you're bronzing your skin is you're just adding an overall color to your skin. So you want to bronze up the forehead a little bit, So you want to do like around the temples right here, and then around the top of your forehead. I mean, I don't have a big, well, I don't know. If you think I have a big forehead, keep it to yourself. I don't think my forehead's that big, but if you want to make your forehead look a little bigger, you can add, I mean a little smaller. Add a little bit of the bronzer up here to this part of your forehead, and then into your temples, and that'll make your forehead look small. So you just want to do a 3E motion. So you're just gonna be doing this around the face like this, and that adds a good amount of color to your face. This is called the e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush. I'm just gonna mix Java and Fawn. To find your contour line, you can take a brush, a makeup brush, and from the top of your ear, if you angle your brush from the top of your ear, that is your contour line right there. So what I'm gonna do is just place that contour color right there. I'm gonna blend it up. So sometimes I take the same contour color and I just add it a little bit more to the temples of my face or to the hairline, just to make it look a little bit deeper. Come on. You never want to bring your contour close to your mouth. It will not look good. It'll make you look dirty. You want to stop at about right here. So the next thing I do is I usually take my Real Technique setting brush and I take some of the two lightest matte colors, which are vanilla and banana, and I just lightly tap into both. And I'm just gonna go over my face on the highest points of my face. So I literally just put a little bit there, down the bridge of my nose. I'm just highlighting. I'm just adding the dimension to my face. This really brightens up your eyes and your concealer. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, and I'm going to take, this is another e.l.f. blush brush, but it's like a different shape. It's not the angled one. I'm just gonna dab that a little bit, put it on the highest points of your cheek. This. So I also highlight my nose. So I put a little right here on the bridge of my nose. I also put a little bit on the tip of my nose. I also put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Put a little on my chin. Okay, so final thing that I'm going to show you is my blush. So again, I'm using the same Coastal Scents Forever blush sample that I have. And what I've been doing is I've just been mixing the two, patting the excess and tapping the excess off the brush onto my hand. And then I don't like bringing my blush too close up to the front because I don't want it to look too round and kind of too clownish. So what I do is I usually try to start back here towards my hairline, where I put most of the color, and then I bring it forward a little bit. And I try to keep, I can put a little bit on the apples of my cheeks, but you don't want to put too much. Okay, so as you can see, you want to bring it back into your hairline like this. Helps give a more lifted appearance to your face. The last thing I do is I usually take my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray once again, and I just set my whole face again with this spray. So I'm just going to shake it up and I'm going to spray it 10 to 12 inches away from my face again. And you're good to go. There's your flawless foundation routine. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have any questions on anything that I just showed you, or if you guys have any video recommendations, please leave it down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I had that double chin, girl, okay? I just screamed it. This will make so that your L, please be in focus, Lord Jesus. You see how wrong.